Hello there, everybody! Today we're going to take a look at Holy Potatoes, What the Hell? Yes, that's seriously what it's called. And if you have no idea what the Holy Potatoes games are, they are a series of games by Daylight Studios. This is the third in the series of vegetable-based sort of management sims, and they're quite something. Basically, there is a universe that they have created where everyone is a sentient vegetable, and most of them are potatoes. However, there are basically a world of what's called edibles, and not those kinds of edibles, and they involve everything from, like carrots to leeks and all kinds of stuff, mostly vegetables. And they have created a couple of games in this, I guess, series or universe before. One was called Holy Potatoes, a Weapon Shop, their first one, which was a kind of light management game where you managed a weapon shop and crafted weapons, managed your characters around the various weapon crafting stations to make better and better gear, and leveled up characters that wanted weapons, and you sold weapons at shops and things like that. It was a neat little thing. And then fairly recently they made Holy Potatoes, We're in Space, which was a almost kind of light FTL-like light RPG slash management game. As you can tell, there's lots of light going on because they tend to have... They're not like super complex games, but they're also not incredibly simple either. And that's on purpose. And We're in Space was actually really cool. I enjoyed that game an awful lot. It involved a ton of like space exploration, going from planet to planet, node to node, again, very much like FTL. Your crew was all kinds of different sorts of edibles, and getting new gear and just exploring, fighting bosses. It was actually really neat. I liked the game quite a bit. This time they've come up with What the Hell, which is a sort of cooking management sim where you have been dragged down to hell as a chef. And your job is to actually cook meals for various gods and mythological characters as potatoes. As you can see here, I have Loki and Thanatos. Or Thanatos, I never really know how to pronounce his name. He's actually one of my favorites of the Greek gods, although I never know how to pronounce his name right. And yeah, you punish sinner potatoes by making them into ingredients and then cook those ingredients into meals for the gods in your restaurant. And yes, Gordon Ramsay does make an appearance because the joke is incredibly obvious. So, here's how it works. Let's just jump in. First of all, over the past couple days I've been able to sort of play a few hours a night and made my way to Circle 3. You go through the various circles of hell, and of course Circle 3 is gluttony, and I'm in Chapter 2 of it, Cute as a Glutton. This game is, just like all their other games, full of terrible puns. Just really bad puns, and I love that. And your job is to, as I mentioned, make these guys some food, and you start in the prep stage, where they won't actually request anything. So first you gotta go here to the pit, and you will be given some sinners, some delicious sinners, and they'll tell you what they did wrong. They terrorize a swarm of bees. That guy's got some balls. Or lady, actually. And then you'll be given their various ratings, from malice, pride, greed, and apathy. And you will want to sort them in your various, I suppose, kitchen appliances, and these ratings actually matter. So at the very beginning it's fairly easy, but as you go farther and farther in, you can get various appliances with different kinds of, I guess, bonuses and things. So in this case, if I put someone in the oven of indifference here, it will make them into a baked potato, naturally. But they have to have a maximum of 80 apathy or it won't make anything. However, if they have in between 40 or 60 apathy, it'll actually give me a higher quality version of the ingredient, which I want to make better dishes. So these are the kinds of things you have to consider when sorting the sinners into these various things. So all of these have that 40 to 60, so what I actually want to do is put, for instance, him in, or her in here. Time is paused right now. You can pause time whenever you want. You actually can't give me that bonus for anything, so I also have these right now, some salt and pepper. And if you put anyone with over 40 of their particular thing in there, you actually get some honey and a literal pepper. So I'm going to put you in here. You can go over here. You tortured a whale. Wow, what a bastard. Well, that's already taken, so you can go in here. Unfortunately, I can't get the bonus. Well, I can actually. And then I won't get the extra bonus for you, but pocketed a pair of lacy stockings. Wow, thief. Okay. And that's that stage. Now, resume time, and it will start to process the sinners here. And once they're done, I can pause this again if I want, and do that over again. And actually, I'm going to wait I don't know. I'll put you here. You can go here. You can actually wait a minute for these to be done. And go here. You go here. You go here. And I'm about out of sinners here. And yeah, actually you can go here. Now I'm out. The Pit of Judgment does get more sinners after a time, but it takes a minute. Now the prep stage is almost over, and these guys are going to start to want some food. And I can also, while I'm doing this, I should be cooking food, I forgot. So you can cook all kinds of stuff. Most of them are potato-based, for obvious reasons. And you've got a significant amount of ingredients to choose from. Well, a significant, as you can see here, a significant type variety. So I'm going to start making some things I know that you'll probably want in advance, like some stuff with 3 different ingredients, because they often ask for stuff that has at least 3 separate ingredients included in it. So let's make some samosa bites. I am in the prep stage after all. It's a stage for prepping. I'm going to wait for this pit to warm up a bit. Alright, dish is done, and now it's lunchtime, which means they're going to start asking for stuff. Now, there's also this favor here, which is the currency that you earn every time you actually complete their orders. There's what I have to do this time, which is fulfill 7 orders, and there's also a shop, which is where you spend your favor to get things. You can get new stations. For instance, I could get these holy stations, which have things like better durability. Yes, your stations will break down after use, and you will have to repair them, which takes a minute. You just right-click and hit repair like that. Oh no! And you can also see that they have, instead of a maximum requirement, they have a minimum requirement. The holy stuff does. And instead of being from 40 to 60, they have a 60 to 80 requirement, and they give you an extra second ingredient if it's within that, instead of this one, which just gives you a good quality ingredient. This one gives you a good quality and a second good quality. So different stations have all sorts of different characteristics to them. And right now I can get all the way up to epic stuff, which can give me epic quality ingredients, which I don't currently have any of yet, to make very high level dishes. So, he wants a potato stir fry. I'm going to go ahead and make that. This is still filling up. Oh, and these are actually broken, so I should go ahead and fix those. Actually, while I'm waiting for that to fill up, I should just be repairing all of this, shouldn't I? That would make a lot of sense. Let's do that. Alright, potato stir fry. That's done. As you can see, they also have this sort of patience meter here. The longer it takes you to fulfill their order, the less patient they get. This is something that's common in things like, mobile games, like the sort of Chef Sim mobile games and things like that, only this works a little more fairly. And the higher this is, when you give them their reward, the more favor and experience they will get. And as they earn experience, they level up, and as they level up, they give you a blessing based on who they are. So I get more favor because I have him, so I'm rewarded with more money to spend, basically. And Loki gives me less station processing time, so that these things work a little quicker when he's around now. Every time I level him up, that gets higher. So, I'll also have some of these. I could up the quality. That'll make it worth even more favor and experience if I do that, which I'll go ahead and do, just to do it. There we go. And Loki wants 2 dishes containing pepper. Do I even have any? I have 8 pepper, okay. Well, I can make some peppery jacket potatoes. Let's do that. Currently, I only have 1 oven, so that's a problem. I can only make 1 thing at a time, which is a bit of a problem, because that means these tend to go down fairly quickly in comparison to what I can actually make. Alright, I can actually start sorting more of these guys as well, so let's do that for now. Okay, you can go there. You can go preferably there. You spied on a frog, which is very rude, and no wonder you're down here spying on a frog. Worst thing. Worst thing. There. You can go there. You have very high blue. Give me more honey. And you can go there. Okay. And that's 2 of those. As you can see, also every dish and every thing basically has a cute little description, oftentimes full of puns and things, which is very much a part of their universe. Instagram, of course, that's what it's called. Okay. And he wants 2 dishes containing honey. There's also this research system, the Lab of Agony, where you can research new dishes. Doing this takes some of the ingredients from you to research it, and the higher the quality of the ingredients, the faster the research goes, and you can only research a thing at a time. Doing this is kind of necessary because sometimes they may actually ask for one of these dishes by name, so you will need it. So I'm going to go ahead and start researching this. Whoop. And I need to be cooking something with honey, like a sweet potato, for instance. I need to get an upgraded stove that has 2 slots. Oh, I should also mention the alcohol system. There's this stuff called Bailey's. Get it? Get it? Bailey's? And basically you can change any of your food into alcohol. I assume since it's all potatoes, it's vodka. And once this meter fills up from doing that, you get one of these. And you can just click this to serve them one of your stock of alcohol to increase their patience back up. But if you do that one too many times, they may just leave entirely and get super mad at you. So because this is actually going to take me a minute, I'm going to go ahead and convert this. Wow, I didn't know it would give me that much. Sweet. And serve you some. I'm going to serve you 2. Okay, don't get mad at me. Because I'm still going to make some sweet potatoes. Okay, it's now dinner time. So this one's actually going to be pretty hard to fulfill. Up to this point, I've been able to complete every mission in the first day, which gives you a bunch of rewards. This one is going to be a little more difficult, so I think I might need some of the extra days. As you can see down here, if you don't complete it within, the time this gets to the bottom, you go on to the next day. And it looks like I'm not going to be able to get 7 orders done because now it's getting a bit more complicated. Alright, we're going to be cooking another one of those. We're going to be sorting some more sinners. And this is how the game goes. You are doing a system of light management. Oh, and this happens sometimes. A very stylish looking spud with a mohawk struts up to you. Hey man, I was just stage diving. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I don't know why no one got me. Ouch. Allow the sinner to dive into your station crew? Why not? Sinner may be great at the guitar, but he's hopeless at working with the station. You have no choice but to send him back to the sorting line. No effect. Okay, well, sometimes that will give you a nice bonus, like faster cooking time for an extra dish or something like that. Or it could be bad. In this case, neutral. No effect. Polluted a temple. I'm not really sure how you do that exactly, but I'm gonna put you over there. And everything is taken except for this, and you do meet the requirements. So, okay. He wants a shepherd's pie. I should be able to make that. I think I have that resource, right? Shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie. Yep, I can do that. And you get both of these. So you're not too angry. Oh, and he leveled up. Ooh, extra recipe score is another little talent. Nice, nice. Okay. And I really... Hang on, is there a upgrade to the... Yes, there is. Another stove. 2 cooking slots. Only 300. Yeah, I need that, but I'm not going to replace this one while it's cooking because that would be stupid. Okay, come on. Come on. If I'm going to be refilling, or if I'm going to be doing all of these more quickly, I'm going to need a better stove. So, buy it. There we go. Upgraded. Nice. Alright, sweet. I'm definitely going to need to be upgrading my stations at some point too, but that can cost you a lot. This one can actually give you epic stuff, but they're 550 each. Ouch. That has a very similar requirement, though, something I'm familiar with. There are also fast ones that cook a lot quicker. This only takes 6 seconds. Whereas this one takes a second longer. Actually, that's one of these. These take even longer than that. 6 seconds, and this takes 9, I believe. Yeah, 8. So it's actually a 2-second decrease. And there are these. These are things that can give me a bonus of one of these extra spices, as well as their primary ingredient, which is pretty cool. But they cost 700 favor. So that might be something that's gonna kind of be purchased slowly. Every time you move on to the next circle, all of your favor and stations and stuff are left behind, and you start with new things. But all of your research and all that stuff, that stays with you. So that's something to remember. Let's see, I guess these are probably the best things I can get right now. So it might be worth trying to slowly replace these. Because these can give me epic stuff and these other ingredients. So I think I'm gonna, they do take 8 seconds though, damn. But I like what they can do. So let's try that. Let's replace the blue guy here with that one. I have enough for another one. Let's go with the pot. Boom. Okay. Oh, he's mad. I forgot. I'm sorry. I don't honestly know exactly what happens when they completely run out of patience, but I'm sure it's not good. Okay, he wants some potato stew stuff here. And sometimes they also want it in a specific grade as well, but as long as I have the ingredient quality here, as you can see, you can change the quality of ingredients you put in it depending on what you have. I can get a C+ out of that. So let's cook that. And let's start sorting some more sinners and getting some really high quality stuff, if I can. Not quite. That's all that was in there. 2 dishes containing peppers. So this is basically the gist of the game, and it actually works quite well. It gets more and more complicated as you go on, and the game does a very good job of actually presenting a challenge that ramps up at a reasonable pace and allows you to, as you saw with the different selections of appliances here, allows you to select when you want to ramp it up as well. Because some of these have much more complicated requirements for the various sins that'll make it tougher on you, but may also give you a better time, I guess you could say. Something more interesting. If you're willing to kind of do that difficulty yourself. And we'll make 2 of these. Having 2 slot stoves is great, and we're about to run out today. I might actually just be able to get this. Okay, so you can have both of these. And now he just wants anything, 2 of anything that are at least C+ score. Ooh, I have some epic stuff now, but I'm not going to spend that just yet. Let's just make him some Irish potato cakes. I don't want to spend my epic materials yet, I just have a few. And some baby potato stacks. There we go. Because we are just about out of here. And we'll sort a couple more of these just to make sure that we get some stuff done to, you know, increase our productivity. There we go. When the dinner time is over, when this is all done, you get 1 last order. And then once their order is either they get mad and leave, or you deliver it to them, that's the last thing you can do during the day. And I just barely got what I needed, so I'm happy with that. There we go. Daily report. Did it in 1 day. As you can see, you earn this stuff called starch, which is something that you earned in the other games as well. Starch is cash, different from favor, and you earn a percentage, like 10% of the favor that you earned during that particular mission as starch, and you also get starch when you complete a mission, depending on how many days it took you, as you'll see right here. Speed bonus, 150 starch. And you spend starch here in starch bucks on these boosts. And I have I don't buy boosts that often, so I have 1,052 starch to spend. And these are things that help you kind of ignore some of the other mechanics temporarily, like, as you can see here, nullify station durability, increases processing speed, increases cooking speed. If you burn steroids, oh dear. Scroll of Death, these would be very helpful. I actually have one of these, I need to use it. I'm not sure how to use it. Increases pit production speed, so I get more souls. And some toppings, which I have some cheese. And then more logos to customize your little flag with. So yeah, that's what the starch is for. And here we go, we are now moved on. Uh-oh. More apathetic sinners fall into the pit. That means I'm going to have people with, yeah, much higher apathy, the green score. And that, Gluttons of War, is Holy Potatoes, what the hell. That is how the game works. And as you move on, forward and forward, you will get more and more complex situations, more stations, and in this case, I have to get 2,800 favor. Wow. And keep it. That means I can't spend it. So I'm glad I bought those. This is also, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time they have used any kind of 3D models on their characters. All these are 3D models. You can see they have like a nice cell shading aesthetic with these hard shadows that aren't gradients and things like that. It's really nice, actually. Oftentimes you see devs that have a nice hand-drawn art style that then go on to make it something, try and make it, I guess, a little better, or make it different, and then end up kind of losing some of the charm they had beforehand in the process. In this case, that actually hasn't happened. They have actually been able to successfully sort of transfer some of the silliness over. Even like the expressions that they make and stuff like that, it works pretty well. I still love their hand-drawn stuff. I think it looks great, but also their new sort of style here with this 3D stuff actually looks really good, and it looks similar enough to their hand-drawn aesthetic to not lose any of its charm, which I appreciate. So yeah, that's the game, and if you want to look for it, it is available now, today, Friday the 13th, spooky, on Steam, for, I believe, $8, so it's not an expensive game. They're going for a bit of a smaller, I suppose a bit simpler, more easy to digest package this time, something that's easier to get into, quicker to jump in and out of, but that is very, very good, in my opinion, and has a lot going for it in terms of its, I suppose in terms of its mechanics, because they keep getting better as you go on, which I like. I'm glad I spent the time to get to like Circle 3 and see what else was actually going to be going on. Do I even have that? I do. Aha! You know what, I'm going to make something epic this time. Boom. I need 2 dishes containing pepper. So there we go. It's fairly satisfying. It's one of those little light management games you can jump in and out of quickly and enjoy yourself in. And yeah, and it's also going to be available for only $8, which is not a lot of money. Not a lot at all. So give it a shot. I'll link you, of course, in the description below this video to go check it out. And I hope you will, because it's pretty enjoyable, actually. And I think if you give it a shot, you may be surprised. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.